Hello and welcome to the Dirty Podcasters Club. I'm your host, Dylan, joined with my co-host, Jonathan.
Hey, what's going on? Don't ever call me Jonathan ever again. I'll fucking kill you. You can call me John.
Yeah.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Dirty Podcasters Club. Don't really have a full idea of where this is going to go. It's going to be case by case, but I think we're going to have a gay old time. Am I right? I
am excited for this gay old time that we are going to be having.
Don't get too excited. It gets a little incestuous.
Oh, I'm already excited, brother. That's why that's why I'm sitting right underneath this table here. So, our first episode has a topic, the PLANdemic.
Yes, the PLANdemic was something I was not aware of until about a week ago, I want to say. About a week ago. I went over to Pueblo, Colorado, and I was rummaging through the Goodwill, like the dirty peasant I am, and looking for Halloween stuff. Didn't find much, but I decided to look at the movies, just to see if there was anything there. And lo and behold, I stumble across, I'll probably throw an image up. I came across something that looked like was made by a 5-year-old. I thought this was just, I thought it was like a little kid-friendly thing at first, like just judging the front of it. But then you read the back of it. So, for anyone wondering, yeah, this is like a really thin home kind of movie-looking thing. I'm going to read the back of it. It says, "This is the documentary film of the story of COVID-19 and Dr. Judy Mikovits. This film was removed from YouTube 3 or more times." Oh, fuck, I'm sorry. This film was removed. It was also in the possession of various Google Drive users. It was then seized from personal Google Drive files. It's still available on DVD. This film provides answers that the CDC director, Dr. Redfield, can't answer. It provides answers that Dr. Anthony Fauci won't touch. Hear what Dr. Judy has to say about COVID, SARS, sunlight, AIDS. Make up your own mind. Was this all a pandemic or a PLANdemic? So yeah. First of all, I was able to find this film on Facebook. Not really shocking, but
yeah. So when they say, it was seized from multiple people's possessions, it's readily available on the internet.
Yeah, you can still find it online.
You just have to. It's the people who pirated it that it probably got taken away from, and they're like, "This is all part of the conspiracy."
Yeah,
but it was really just, hey, you literally just stole this, and they have a whole website that you can buy it on.
No, you don't. You don't have to buy this. You can go on their website. They want you to make an account. So you make, you're like QAnon at gmail.com. You throw in your little Google account or whatnot, and you sign up on their website, and then you can just watch the film. It's free.
Oh, you don't even have to pay for it.
Yeah, no, it's free because this is America. Because everything's free. Anyway, but
we're free thinkers, not to be silenced.
So you open it up, and it's just a blank white disc.
This was probably like personally done by somebody.
It was done by some fucking dude who thinks he's like discovered like the secrets of the world.
He just signed up. He looked up PLANdemic. He was trying to do his own research, and he just looked up PLANdemic, and he literally just found that, signed into it, and just burned it onto a CD himself.
Essentially, yeah. Well, let's see here. You open it up, and there's 3 strips of paper taped to the underside of where the disc is held. It says, if the DVD doesn't play, try another DVD player. Another strip that says DVD may also play on Xbox and PlayStation, which it does. We tested it. Final strip of paper says that DVD will expire around the year 2030.
Do DVDs expire?
I love that so much. That just sounds like such a own the libs kind of vibe. I don't know. That's what I get out of it. It's just like, this will expire in the year 2050. They put that there. They put that strip in there to say this will expire in the year 2030 because the libs will get their hands on it and debunk everything, but it's the truth, man. This is the fucking truth.
You know,
and you're gonna learn.
I don't get a vibe like that from that.
I do.
I get more of like a I don't know how to explain it, but it's just like, you know, this will expire because it's, you know, because it's so top secret, blah, blah, blah. It'll expire. It has a limitation of how long you can do it, you know, whatever. But regardless, CDs don't expire, do they? They don't.
You can't. No, you can't. No, a DVD cannot expire. That's not a thing. Once it's made, once it's a DVD, it will forever play as long as you take care of it.
Yeah,
don't scratch it to absolute hell.
You should put that in your little library, put it somewhere in your closet or whatever, you know. And then, 2031, we should try to play it and see what happens.
It's gonna explode.
Yeah, we're literally just gonna. It's gonna be a new strain of COVID that comes out of the explosion.
Right. Okay, so let's get into like what it actually is. It's really just a bunch of horse shit. Essentially,
it mainly talks about Bill Gates and people that wanted to prepare for a pandemic. And because they wanted to prepare for a pandemic, and then a pandemic happened, they think that it was all a plan. It was all planned out by Mr. Bill Gates, and they think Bill Gates has too much power, and Bill Gates knows nothing, and he's just, you know, he's not elected, he's whatever, you know. But it's really, you know, doesn't make any sense. He's been talking about being ready for a pandemic for a while now. Multiple countries have had what they call Germ Wars, which is where they kind of map out, you know, how would people react to a pandemic? How would, you know, how ready are we for this pandemic? And they did one America has only done one, the government has only ever done one germ war. In 2001, they did it, and we lost. It's like they made.
We lost the germ war.
They made the simulation.
Did we lose to the Germans?
No, we beat the Germans.
Continue.
Filthy Nazis. No.
Whoa.
But so we lost the germ war, and then we just stopped caring about it. Like, we were just like, well, we lost, and we're not gonna try anymore. I don't know why. I think it should have been more of a, hey, we're not ready for this kind of thing. We should get ready. And here's my little research that I've done. The germ war was called Operation Dark Winter.
What the fuck?
It sounds very edgy.
It does. It sounds like a really cool like Call of Duty Black Ops username.
Yeah, Operation Dark Winter. And then, do you remember what President Joe Biden said? I think in
he said we're gonna save everyone.
No, like not like in 2020, like August, or was it 2020? Yeah, 2020, like August, and right before like the election and everything, he said we're gonna have a dark winter. You remember that?
Biden said that?
Yeah, he said, you know, because cases they spiked up. It was the first peak, and then they were kind of going down, and you know, right before, during fall, you know, kind of a little before fall, and he said we're gonna have, you know, cases started going up again. He said we're gonna have a dark winter. I think that may have been kind of a little reference to 2001. I looked up. I tried to see if he was
2001
to 2001 Operation Dark Winter when they failed the germ war.
You think he's that intelligent to make a reference like that?
I mean, you know, I don't know. I think that it was definitely like an interesting thing that I kind of found out, and I was just like, maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I watched the Bill Gates TED Talk about like 6 years ago, asking it like, and he was like trying to show that we should be more ready for a pandemic. And then
and they put that in this film. They put that Bill Gates.
They clipped it a little bit.
They clipped it, and it's like, see, they knew about it. They planned this. They've been talking about it. But it's like, how do you, like, if anyone was to talk about, if I talk about a pandemic right now, like, we might get into another one in the next 5 years. Like, on this podcast, I'm claiming in the next 5 years we're gonna go through another pandemic. Could you can't take that as like me or planning it. Like I know it's gonna happen.
It's a prediction, not a plan.
Exactly.
And
predicdemic.
Yeah, predicdemic.
Dickdemic. No.
Dickdemic. But so, I don't even know. I was gonna say something, but what do you have pulled up over there?
I was looking because the main lady in this film, Judy Mikovits, she's the main protagonist, I guess, of this, and then you have the guy who interviews her, Mickey Willis. Mickey Willis, he's the dude. He's like the one who ran the whole crew, the camera crew, and the editing and all that shit. So he interviews her, and she comes out as this like lady who's like they're hyping this shit up. I'm trying to remember. Do you remember exactly what she was on about?
Wait, what?
Judy, the main
Yeah.
lady. I'm trying to remember her exact claim. It was like, well, here, let me just read this. This is an excerpt from Wikipedia saying Judy Mikovits, an American former research scientist who is known for her discredited medical claims, such as marine endogenous retroviruses are linked to, such as that marine endogenous retroviruses are linked to chronic fatigue syndrome. As an outgrowth of these claims, she has engaged in anti-vaccination activism.
But real quick, in the thing, she said she wasn't anti-vax.
That was the weird thing too. Like, I don't know. It's like, well, the thing is, she says that, but the shit that she claims throughout the film does not back that up.
She's anti-COVID-19 vaccination, like the Moderna and the Johnson & Johnson and
Yeah.
Pfizer. That's what, because she says, like, no other, we haven't, like, so COVID-19 is a form of SARS, the SARS virus.
Right.
And there isn't even a vaccine for the other strains of SARS that there is. And in human history, there has never been a vaccine that has been put out in less than a year. All of them have been more than like 6 years, 5 years, and that's the fast ones that come out. Like most vaccines take 20 plus years because to study long-term effects and to study everything on it, they take so long. So, they take so long. So she was saying, well, this one came out in less than a year. It came out in less than a year. It came out like November.
And we can thank good old Donnie for that one.
Yeah, we can
Operation Super Speed or
Operation
Speed
Super
Racer.
Speed, which actually the Pfizer vaccine got $0 of U.S. federal money to. It was developed.
Wait, you want to say that sentence? You want to run that by me one more time?
In Europe is where the Pfizer, one of the main three vaccines, it was Moderna, I want to say it was Pfizer, right? Pfizer was developed by a Turkish and German scientist.
What a fucking nerd.
Out in Europe. And Operation Super Speed, I don't believe, got any federal funding from good old Donnie.
Wow.
But yet he claims that it did.
Of course he would. He wants all the credit.
Maybe he donated scientists to it. Maybe he helped in other ways. But he did not donate money to it.
Man.
Maybe he donated, like, equipment, which is what he's boasting about, and everything.
Right.
Maybe that. And I could see him then saying, oh, I donated this much money. But, it wasn't actual money that he donated. He didn't donate any money. He didn't donate, to my belief, he didn't donate any of this stuff.
Yeah, but any opportunity for him to whip his cock out and shake it a bit, he's gonna seize it like no other.
Absolutely.
Anything to get them fucking numbers up. Hell yeah, brother.
I like how we start off with like one of the most controversial things, but
absolutely.
I don't believe we should censor. I think we should talk about religion, politics, everything with family, everything that people don't want to talk about because it starts controversy in the family. I think we should be talking about that all the time.
Yeah, me too. It's better to talk about things than to... It's better to talk about stuff than to just fucking
Shut up and take it.
Yeah, shut up and just take someone's take on something. Like,
I seen a
at the
picture.
same time, I don't know. There, you can definitely get to a point with somebody where you're like, okay, yeah, absolutely. But in your head, you're like, this guy's a fucking nut job.
Yeah, I mean, like, there gets to a point where you just kind of have to, like, put it aside. You know, like, political values and what people see politically isn't directly correlated with who they are. You can have the nicest Republicans and the meanest liberals and everything, you know. People who, like, a lot of people, when they sit down and start thinking politically, they're a whole different person than when they're, you know, making an order at McDonald's, you know. Like, people claim to be liberal, and then they're the first people to talk shit and not listen to other people in a workplace. You know, they don't care about your other ideas. They want it done their specific way. That's not
Right.
very liberal. You know, that's literally the exact opposite of it. But when they sit down, they're like, they're thinking in a political way, you know, and they don't think like that all the time.
Yeah.
So they switch up a little bit, you know. Some people just believe that they're right all the time, and they're just, this is the right way to do it. I'm gonna do it like this. Not even gonna take any feedback or anything. Not gonna switch it up. How I do it. That's, you know.
Yeah, I feel like I have a lot of good takes, but then, like, if someone asks me, like, 2 questions in, I'm going to start sounding like a jackass. And that's not just, like, I don't know. It's just I have shit memory. So, I have a small little conspiracy, though, of my own about this little film that Judy decided to shit out. And I have statistics on my side to kind of prove, I mean, not prove, but kind of shed light on some interesting things about this pandemic and Judy herself. So I'm taking this from the Stanford.edu website, which is fucking, you know.
Top research school.
Sure. And so let's see here. We also have a timeline here, but let me just point out that Mikovits had previously ran a Twitter account for speaking and writing career, or for her speaking and writing career on the anti-vaccine conference, and it amassed around 1,700 followers. Okay, in 3 years. In 3 years, it took 3 years for her to get 1,700 followers. Following the release of the new book, April 18th, 2020, a new Twitter account appeared. It's basically it's Dr. Judy Mikovits, just done a little differently. Within 24 hours, it tweeted only once. It tweeted only once that day and gained 18,000 followers. Rapid follower growth continued for days, sometimes by thousands overnight, despite no new tweets or prominent mentions. An analysis of the new account followers turned up by the thousands and created within. I'm saying this all wrong. An analysis of the new accounts followers of her accounts followers turned up thousands of accounts created within the prior 2 weeks. So 2 weeks before she made this account, that's when all these curated accounts with no profile pictures, no bios, fucking usernames where it's just like user and a bunch of numbers. We all know that guy.
No, we don't know that guy.
So here you have this timeline where on April 14th she drops her book Plague of Corruption. Fucking gay. And then 4 days later creates the Twitter account. And let's see here. April 22nd. 4 days later, 4 days later, she gained 18,000 followers. Or I take that back, 27,000 actually. She gained 18 on the first day. After that, she gained 27,000. And then going up to, let's see here, on May 4th. May 4th was when the PLANdemic's trailer had dropped. By that time, the account had 77,000 followers. And then after the movie was released, as of right now, I believe she has about 300,000 subscribers or followers. So my conspiracy is that this bitch created paid off someone to just make a bunch of bot accounts and make her look like a large and official account. Plus, that's also an easy way for anyone to get fucking verified on there, too, is that you just pay someone to bot your account, and then you go through the process of getting verified, and chances are you're going to get noticed if you have enough followers. So with that, actually, hang on. I think I have her...
Her Twitter.
I have her Twitter. I don't know if she's verified.
No.
Oh, she's actually not. Well, good. I'm glad she's not.
Yeah, they would never verify somebody like her. Actually, that's not true. But it's even her border.
Okay, I take that. I also take back. She actually has only 130,000 followers as of right now. But still, the fact that she was able to gain 18,000 in a day.
Click on her following and just kind of scroll through a few.
That's sus. That's sus as fuck. So, well, real quick, let me just say, my real conspiracy is that this little fucking PLANdemic film was only really made and put out for her to promote her fucking book, just so she can make loads of cash off of that. And she did. I'm pretty sure she made bank, considering that her book was like number 1, number 2 Amazon, like the first or second of that year, or maybe month. I don't know how it works with Amazon. It was the second highest selling book off of Amazon at that time.
I mean, like, you look at a lot of books, and like a lot of them are New York bestsellers. You know, so many books are bestsellers. It's probably just like the day, you know. But still, I'm sure nobody heard of her before PLANdemic, and that's who she's following.
Right. Yeah. So let's see here. We got her Twitter account pulled up, and she's only following 11 people. Let's see here. She's following Robert F. Kennedy Jr., whoever the hell that's supposed to be, Children's Health Defense, Thomas Paine, who is a nonpartisan investigative journalist. See here, U.S. for Medical Freedom.
Not verified, so it's
No.
Graham Ledger.
Yeah, Graham Ledger. Don't know who that is. Sky Horse Publishing, New York City independent publisher from sports to YA.
That's just probably who published your book.
Redacted. Oh, I love this. Is my favorite. I love this one. Unrestricted Truths Viking. Bio. Extreme thinker, author, investigative journalist, force of nature, Viking New Yorker, always looking for the next adventure. What the fuck is
profile?
What the fuck is an extreme thinker?
Look at the profile picture. Oh my god.
This dude's a Chad. This dude gets
no angle.
This dude gets pussy on pussy like it's a sandwich, bro. Let's see. Media cannot be played. Another pro-vaxxer joins the vaccine risk. It's very rare. They keep saying printing the word rare constantly. Oh my god, what is this? This is not gonna.
It's literally a banned video by Twitter.
I don't know if it's banned or if it's just the media is broken. Sometimes that happens. Let's see here. I made $600 at my garage sale. Feds, you mean we made $600. Ha 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 ha. So the right still knows how to meme. That's what we've learned so far.
No, they don't. No, they do not.
I don't fucking...
Wait, scroll up a little bit. That next one.
Tits.
What? Yeah, is that literally just...
a sculpture.
I was like, why did he just have that tweeted or retweeted? Is that...
Yeah, he retweeted it.
I don't even know, dude. It's...
Here we go. Judicial Watch, a conservative, nonpartisan educational foundation promoting transparency, accountability, blah, blah, blah.
You can't be nonpartisan and be conservative.
Why not?
That's... What?
I don't know how that works.
Like, you're conservative and you're nonpartisan, so you're neither, but you're also conservative? Like, that's just... I feel like that's just a oxymoronic statement.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Have you seen this, though? The popularity of the PLANdemic after it was released compared to other things? So, there's the Taylor Swift's City of Lover album or so, the Office rerun, the Pentagon aerial phenomenon, and the PLANdemic all put on one chart in total interactions on Facebook for recent popular videos. Look at this, John. That's it compared to other things that happen.
It beat the Office reunion
by like 3 times as much. And the aerial footage, where the Pentagon released footage and was like, hey, we have no idea what this floating aircraft is, from like 2015. They're like, hey, we have no idea what this thing is.
That's crazy, because I only, like, during that time, all I ever saw was shit about the UFO stuff. I didn't see shit on Facebook about the PLANdemic at all. Like, but it went
because you're
mega
not
viral. Well, yeah, I don't.
You're not on that side. You don't see.
Yeah,
you're not on that algorithm where
the dark side of Facebook.
Yeah, exactly.
Facebook's just the dark side in general, really. Mark Zuckerberg is straight up Darth Vader.
Do you hear he lost like $5 billion?
Good. I hope he loses more, and his website. This is a cool little chart that kind of shows everything that went into, like, people, like, I love how this looks. Not only just like it looks very artsy and cool, but it shows like the big main, like, people that were spreading this PLANdemic and like shit about it, like the big main groups. Surprisingly, so you have your big just conspiracy pages and shit like that, websites. Actually, I think this is mainly Facebook, I want to say. So just conspiracy pages in general were sharing the absolute shit out of it. Of course, QAnon, any MAGA conservatives, and then a big chunk from just miscellaneous. So just like a majority of
that's the silent majority.
A majority of the spread of this PLANdemic kind of came from just random fuckheads who are just like, I don't know if this is true. Like, probably your borderline dumbass centrists.
I bet I bet it's also people who are like, well, I'm neither liberal nor conservative.
But this is pretty interesting, right, guys?
Yeah, it's not really. If you say like, oh, I'm not liberal or conservative, you're most likely conservative.
Right, yeah. But these are also showing charts. Let's see here. Like, number of posts a day. So from April to May, posts about the PLANdemic. Let's see here. Highest, there was at one point there was 1,400 posts made by just your typical average good old American conservative, just sharing that good old fresh misinformation,
like good old propaganda.
And then right next to 13, and then another 1,300 people that are just miscellaneous. You're probably just loser centrists. People
who just don't label themselves clearly. Because, like, when they try to find, labels for those kinds of people, they don't do, like, full-on one person for one profile kind of research.
Right.
They just kind of do, okay, look at bios and last 3 posts and, pictures. And they can kind of...
Now, that's what I call research.
And they kind of generally tell, they just put it into the algorithm and... if people aren't, like on my Twitter, you'd have to scroll back probably a few tweets, or you'd have to really read some of the tweets to, kind of understand political views. You can't tell by my bio and my picture,
Mm-hmm.
And like a lot of people are just like fake accounts or just like, like bot accounts.
That's also something to take in consideration. There's probably, if she was to how she more than likely did bought her Twitter account, more than likely did the same shit when it came to just sharing the PLANdemic, like at the film itself, or just posts of like people talking about it. I'm sure, like, you could easily do that shit if you know the right people.
Yeah, but
what my main take is, there's always going to be misinformation in the world and whatnot. And it's all thanks to these stupid fucking websites like Facebook. But at 2020, I think this film is probably...
Number one critically acclaimed.
I want to say single-handedly, but is a major... I want to keep this film, actually, as a key component. This was one of the biggest reasons that there was so much misinformation and bullshit spread all over the internet. it was all due to this one film.
Should put that in a time capsule.
Honestly. And you know what's going to happen? You put this baby in a time capsule, 10, 20 years, I'll give it 20 years later, you pull this bad boy out, pop it into a fucking Blu-ray 3 player.
Yeah, you have to go and dust off the PS4 to play it.
Right. People are going to watch it and be like, is she for real? Is she really? Is she? What are you fucking stupid?
Well, like people won't, like, 10 years, 20 years down the road. Nobody's gonna be talking about this.
Of course not.
Like,
until you find this,
it's gonna be like something that, like, people know about, but people don't know. You know, we're living through history right now. You know, like,
we're always living through history.
Well, yeah, but, like, nobody's ever gonna bring up 2016. You know, besides
I would. Back when everyone could be
in
racist.
200 years, John, when you're dead, what are, you know, the history books gonna say?
Are you telling me we don't talk about things from 200 years ago today?
That's not at all what I'm saying. I'm saying that specific years that don't have really any huge crazy things that happened, right? So, like, 2008 will probably be a year that gets brought up in history because of the housing crisis in the United States and a new, you know, president that comes in.
First black boy.
Yeah, first black president. But, you know, 2015. What the fuck happened in 2015?
What happened in 2015?
What happened in 2015 that is world changing?
Bro.
Like economic crashes and civil wars is what all that history repeats.
Dude, here.
Without looking it up. Yeah, exactly.
Without looking it up. Hang on. I'm just gonna do big.
Like, I'm not gonna say that.
You can't tell me nothing happened.
I'm not just saying that.
But
I'm not ever gonna say that.
I'm not one to trust my own memory, but I know big shit happened in 2015.
Yeah, but
let's see.
Like, there's like hurricanes don't count. So, you don't hear about hurricanes that hit United States in 1865. You know why? Because everybody was talking about slavery back then. Hurricanes, mass shootings, none of that really counts. You need to talk about economies crashing, civil wars. That's the kind of stuff that makes history.
2015. Yeah, 2015. That's when fucking ISIS happened. There's a big fucking thing.
What? ISIS has been happening for a lot longer than that.
Yeah, but it was ISIS in 2015. ISIS. That's when they did the.
Yeah, see, but 2015 won't be a specific year. It'll be ISIS happened in these years, you know, or around these years and everything. And that might even not really be that talked about. All I'm saying is that, like, this pandemic will be a huge thing, will be, like, the keystone that people talk about from this century, which I actually doubt a lot as well, because, you know...
This is stupid.
Like, how...
Oh, wait, no, this is not stupid. I take that back, George Zimmerman.
What?
I read this wrong. So this is an article by ABC News of, like, big events that happened in 2015. And the title for it just says deaths by police officers. And I was thinking, like, just officers that have died. And I was like, okay, this is stupid. Why is this on the list? But no, then you read it. It's like no, people that have died because of the police. And that big one, or not big one, it was it was when George Zimmerman was killed by an officer.
I don't know. That name isn't familiar to me.
He was a teenager. Let's see here. The acquittal of George Zimmerman in the shooting death of a teenager.
But, like, that's something that won't
led to the creation of the Black Lives Matter in 2013.
That it might be. But see, like, all of this stuff is kind of like, history. Like, you really have to dive in to find this kind of history. Like, try to find something kind of correlated to that in 1800s. Like, the main thing that was happening was slavery. And, you know, and America
trendy.
Fighting British. You know,
trendy.
like, wars make history. And, you know, the cause, depending on how big Black Lives Matter gets, that might be brought up if you talk about Black Lives Matter. But it's all, I think history books will not represent these years. Well, history books never represent history well.
Right, we're gonna, by the time I have kids and they're gonna come home with history books, I'm gonna be like, let me read that fucking thing.
But
Let me
see-
see what they lying about, because I was there for that shit.
But-
That's what I'm gonna have fun with. I'm gonna be like, oh, okay, I like how they just kind of glazed over George Floyd and this fucking, they just give him a paragraph and like,
Exactly. Like, that's exactly what history books will do.
yeah, it's fucking stupid.
But, that's life.
That's the American education system.
But I mean, that's every education system. Like, you can't really...
The American education system is when a black man is brutally murdered and gets a paragraph in a history book 10 years from now.
But, like, when you... like... What do you think, like, big things will be that kids will study 2132? If
What?
Like, in 2132, let's say
That's
that
like
the
100 years later.
Yeah, let's say, like, the human race is somehow able to make it that far, right?
They're probably still going to have a problem with climate change.
Well, climate change will most likely kill everybody before them. So I'm talking about, like, if they're able to make it, is they're able to fix climate change. But, so what do you think if 80 years, 100 years down the road...
It'll probably be like fucking planetary fracking, some shit like that, like Mars. We'll be on Mars by then, and
I'm not talking about what society will look like then. I don't.
You said what major events?
Like, no, okay. In that year, right? 100 years down the road, right?
Okay.
And kids take a lesson for 2020, or right after.
Take a lesson in
Take a history class for the day of, one day today. All right, kids. Today we're going to be talking about 2020, or we're going to be talking about the 21st century. What do you think that they'll talk about?
Oh. The 21st century?
Well, we're in the 21st century right now, yeah.
When did it start?
The 21st century?
Yeah.
2000.
Okay. And then that just
Goes to 2099.
29. Okay.
But
okay.
but like if they do like
let's
say they do a 1 week.
I can't even actually answer that. I mean, sure, so much has happened so far, but we're only like 20% into the 21st century.
Yes. No. Wait. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. But right. So let's say they do a 5-day course, 1 week course, Monday through Friday. Each day they cover 20 different years of the 21st century. So the first day.
Okay,
so what do they learn in the first day? The first 20 years of 2020.
Well, if it's an American classroom, of course they're going to talk about 9/11. That's going to happen. And then probably the recession right after it, and then probably first black president. And then maybe a sprinkle of ISIS, Coney 2012. 2013 is when 2013 is when Eminem dropped the Marshall Mathers LP2. They'll definitely be talking
they'll
about
definitely talk about that.
because that was history. That's history because it's known as his last good album.
You never know. In 2070, he might drop some bangers. Like
I would love for that. I would love for him to just go like just before his like last album. I'm gonna die in the next 10 years.
Kamikaze wasn't bad,
but compared to the Marshall Mathers
that's
LP2,
fair.
like
He's not. I mean, he's just recording for fun now. Like he says, he's not really.
yeah.
He's not taking it serious. He's not trying to gain anything. He's just having fun with it.
And then let's see here, and then 2015. 2013 actually. Okay, that was a really stupid. 2013 is when the whole Black Lives Matter started,
off,
so
yeah.
that would probably be a way bigger talking point, and that would just be like a beginner's talking point to talk about 2020 when the incident with George Floyd happened, and then of course you got the pandemic and things like that. The only thing I hope that they represent in those books is that like how just before it was pandemic, but it was beginning of pandemic, but before George Floyd, that little like fucking weird middle time where.
Well, when did George Floyd die? Oh, it was like November, wasn't it?
No.
No, wait.
He was.
It was 2020.
It was. Oh God. I think I want to say it was in April. I don't know for sure, but
It was around there because during the whole summer.
yeah, it was in the middle of 2020 when it happened, but just before that happened, I hope they show pictures of what white people were bitching about during the pandemic, like the signs and things that they were protesting for, like how they couldn't get a fucking haircut, or they couldn't get their nails done, or how they couldn't, go to their favorite restaurant or some shit. Like the stupidest fucking things to complain about. While people not, and like even just not taking into consideration the deaths of African Americans leading up to that point, but just still like people in general just dying from COVID at that time, to still just be out in protest, out in arms to bitch about that shit is fucking wild. And no one sees it as wild because there's people who just, they agree with that. There's too many people, at least in this country, that see that someone was bitching about not being able to get a haircut in February of 2020 and being like, yeah, I was pissed at that time too. You have too many people, too many free thinkers, whatever you want to fucking call them. There's too many people like that. But then George Floyd happened, right? I think it really brought up the conversation. It sucks because it really should have been addressed. And I mean, it was addressed, but it was more hyper focused in 2020 because everyone was inside, everyone was online, everyone was looking at their phones a lot more or on computers. So things that went viral, everyone was more aware about. And so when something like, a cop killing a black guy, and the situation was really extreme. There's situations before that are just as extreme, maybe if not even more. Even consider like George Zimmerman, who was a fucking teenager who got shot. Like that should have. It made the news, but like for whatever reason, George Floyd was the what would you call
martyr it? Is what he was referred to as, where he is like the face of it all. Like he is like,
yeah.
That's the term that people use.
But yeah, but like
you want to hear my lineup for history schools? What they'll teach for 2020 for the first 20 years.
All right, yeah. This is why you asked the question, for you to give your answer. So
yeah,
let's hear it.
Well, yeah. So definitely, I don't know. Was Y2K? What was Y2K? Was that a pretty big thing?
Y2K. Everyone thought they were gonna die. That was why they was so heavily celebrated. Everyone was like, because.
So I think Y2K will come up.
It was something to do with the Mayan calendars. I
So
don't want to say it was like.
So I was gonna add this, right? So Y2K, then 9/11, then 2008, the housing market crashes, first black president, and then 2012, the end of the Mayan calendar.
Right. That's because when that movie 2012 came out with. I forget his name, but there was like a. Yeah. I almost wanted to say.
Yeah, where everybody tries to go to China to get on their huge, amazing boats.
Oh my God, yeah.
But that's what it was. It was the end of the Mayan calendar, and everybody was like, "Well, the Mayans have been right about so much stuff. They stopped making their calendar at 2012. So we're all gonna die by then, or that's what when we'll all die."
Right.
But they just stopped making calendars up to that point. They just kind of gave up. They just kind of
They're just like
kind of got
I'm done.
Yeah, they just got, I don't know. So I think 2012 will be a big thing. Like it'll be mentioned. It's like, yep, 2012 was the end of the Mayan calendar. 2016 or 2015, around there, the death of Harambe will definitely be added.
The death of Harambe. Oh, God. Some people think that people think that the death of Harambe is the reason Trump got president. And there's even, I really recommend I don't know if I've had you watch this, but Emperor Lemon has this whole video about how Trump memed his way into presidency. Like it's literally all thanks to like Reddit and 4chan and
Russia.
What?
Well, Russia was posting a bunch of like propaganda about Hillary.
Oh,
about,
probably.
Why she would be horrible, that she had AIDS and everything. I just watched this. I
think Hillary would be hotter with AIDS. I think that, if anything, it makes more sense.
On Netflix, I just seen this series, like the Comey series or something like that.
The Comey?
The Comey. It's about I seen the
Is it about cum?
no.
Then I don't.
It's about.
I don't want
It's
to hear. I
about
don't want to hear.
the
I don't want to hear.
It's about the director.
I'm not listening.
It's about the FBI director.
Having a
and
lot of cum in his balls.
shut the fuck up. It's about the FBI director James Comey.
James Comey.
Shut up. You're not funny.
I'm coming.
Oh my god. No, so it's about the FBI director James Comey. And his
Cum.
and him dealing with Trump and dealing with
Trump's cum.
Hillary and
Hillary's
Obama
cum,
and
Obama's cum.
Look it up.
Look it up. I'm okay.
Pull up.
I'm
No.
pulling up cum.
Look up. Go to Netflix and look up.
Cum.
Like the James
The
Comey.
Netflix hit series cum
Shut
and the ball.
Just watch the trailer for it because they do.
Okay.
They have an actor for. Oh my god. They have an actor for Trump in it.
Okay.
What the fuck are you looking up? Oh my god, John. My man's just looking up porn.
What am I looking?
Open Netflix.
Okay. No.
Oh
What am
my
I
God.
looking up?
Open Netflix and go and find James Comey or the Comey series or some shit. What are you? Oh my god! Just open Netflix.
No.
You're an idiot, John. There you go.
Yeah, I know, because I clicked on it, because I searched
Okay,
it.
now watch the trailer.
I'm not going to watch a trailer while we're trying to do a freaking podcast.
Mute your
idiot.
freaking mic, then, you idiot.
Mute it? No.
Okay, just look at like the first few seconds of it.
There isn't a trailer.
Exactly, because you're an idiot and you looked it up like that. Don't play it, because it'll just. You need the. Oh my god.
What the fuck is this?
Is this your first time with a computer, John?
Netflix gave me an error code.
Redeem it for
Too much cum on my
Oh
screen.
my god.
The cummy rule.
Just.
How about you shut up?
That's
Is
Trump
that
on the
supposed to be
left.
George Bush.
No, that's supposed to be Trump.
Oh, I know who the guy on the right is.
He's James Comey.
No, he's Dumb and Dumber.
You're dumb. He's James Comey.
That looks nothing like Trump. That looks
Yeah,
like
right.
George
It's
fucking Bush.
horrible. It's fucking god awful.
Okay, so.
But I started watching it and it's extremely boring. Like if you really like politics, I guess, but it is extremely fucking boring. Like I literally took a nap when I watched the first two. When I got to the first 3 episodes, it is just horrible. It's so boring. There's nothing exciting that happens.
Audio, please reset your computer. Okay, I think I can't play anything right now. 'Cause
Yeah.
my computer's just being a fucking. But
I think it's because we have 2 mics plugged in. Maybe I don't know.
it's just it's draining all of the YouTube fluid. All the YouTube cum is going into our microphones right now. So.
But yeah, it's just god awful. It's just so slow and boring, and I fell asleep during it. Honestly,
That's how most of my sex life is.
I took a nice little nap during the cum.
Well, I think that just about does it. I don't know if you have any final thoughts.
I don't think I have anything to wrap it up with. Nothing to no final anything.
Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, and genders all around, thank you for listening and watching, whatever the hell you did. Next time, I don't know what we're really going to do. I pitched an idea of just shitting on a celebrity, and I kind of want to go through with that. Like, I just want to pick a celebrity and just look at a bunch of dumb shit that they've done. That just sounds like a good time. And I think our first...
I think we should both get a celebrity to do.
Okay, yeah, and we could do like one half.
How about this? Right now, we pick a celebrity for each person.
I choose fucking loser-ass MGK. I want...
Do you want to do it, or do you want me to find stuff on him?
No, I'll find shit about him.
Okay.
And then you can just do like Obama or George Floyd or whatever. You know, you choose like a real fucking piece of shit. No. Kidding. Full kidding.
For now.
No.
Until I turn him into a radical reactionary conservative.
Believe me, there's no Blue Lives Matter flag sticker on my car. Holy shit.
I'm going to put in air fresheners that are the Blue Lives Matters to get out of tickets and stuff.
That's kind of smart.
I seen somebody do that.
You know,
right?
they'll
It's
come
like,
up to your window like, smells good in here. Smells like no one's getting a ticket today.
it smells like white in here.
Oh, that's what I like.
Yeah, like I seen somebody.
Want to shoot my gun?
Yeah, want to shoot my gun?
You can just shoot my car. Yeah. It's just a stupid fucking police car. You're white, right?
Yeah, you're white. It'll be okay. But like, yeah, I seen this TikTok and it was like how to get out of every police ticket, and then this guy just had the Blue Lives Matter flag as an air freshener, and I was just like, dude, that's a good fucking idea. I wanted to do that. That's pretty funny.
It might work. Alrighty.
Because there ain't no way I'm flying a flag off the back of my truck.
Jesus Christ, no. I have close friends who almost went there, and 2020 gave everyone a huge flag boner. Holy shit.
Honestly.
And 2020 for me gave me a huge flag erectile dysfunction. I fucking hate all flags. Like all of them. Like even the good ones, like pride flags. I fucking, because you know people on Facebook are just like selling the absolute fucking shit out of them on during June.
Oh yeah, every company changes their fucking logos and everything.
Exactly, yeah, it just becomes a whole
change
fucking
their product. Like Skittles changed their Skittles changed
Skittles
the color.
did the stupidest shit ever. Fuck Skittles.
What?
I will never eat Skittles ever again.
Why?
Boycott Skittles.
Why? What
They
the fuck?
they abuse their children. Just kidding. I don't know anything about Skittles.
Yeah, you're.
I do know that they did their Skittles colorless, and I thought that was stupid.
Well, yeah, they did it because they were showing like everybody's equal or something.
Black Lives Matter flavor.
This tastes like. Never mind.
Cum. It tastes like
Yeah.
cum.
I was gonna throw out a stereotype, and then I couldn't really. I was gonna say like banana bread, but I don't know why.
Yeah, black people love banana bread.
Dude, white people love banana bread. That should be what unites us. That is so good. Monkey bread. Black Lives Matter monkey bread flavor. Okay, cut this part of the podcast.
Okay, yeah, we need to do it. Right, anyway, thank you guys for listening, and tune in next time for more cum and balls. Nuts even. Cock, if I may.
It's Dirty Podcasters Club. If you feel dirty, come and join us next week.
Cum.
And come even.
Come even. Can you come odd? Okay, I'm cutting it.